For over 30 years, AMT has safeguarded and educated the world about authentic West African spiritual traditions rooted in Ewe Vodu and Afa. Through thousands of hours of online content, AMT has made Voodoo knowledge and practice more accessible while redefining the global narrative around the practice. We provide spiritual consultations, ancestral feeding rituals to honor your ancestors and empower yourself, as well as a range of various initiations. Every year, AMT welcomes and supports practitioners and knowledge seekers from all walks of life on their journey to connecting and learning more about indigenous African spiritual practices, heritage, and philosophy. Through interactive and experiential shrine tours, AMT has hosted visitors from across the world, including groups from NYU's Public Health Masters Program and Birthright Africa, a diaspora organization based in the US. We are even working with the University of Bremen in Germany to repatriate stolen Voodoo from the colonial period. And yes, we did speak with the Voodoo through an Afa divination, and they are very much alive. African Magic Temple isn't just a shrine. It's a living bridge between past, present, and future, and is undoubtedly a powerful pillar for cultural tourism in Ghana. Did you know there's a Voodoo shrine in the heart of Accra? This is African Magic Temple, a Voodoo shrine led by Bokor Christopher Voncujovi, a renowned Voodoo and Afa priest who also happens to be an OG international magician from Hohwe, Ghana. He has performed across Asia and Africa, entertaining and inspiring tens of thousands with the joy and wonders of magic. In 2007, along with his family, he dazzled an audience filled with African presidents and world leaders during the African Union Summit in Accra. Now back to African Magic Temple. For over 30 years, AMT has safeguarded and educated the world about authentic West African spiritual traditions rooted in Ewe Vodu and Afa. Through thousands of hours of online content, AMT has made Voodoo knowledge and practice more accessible while redefining the global narrative around the practice. We provide spiritual consultations, ancestral feeding rituals to honor your ancestors and empower yourself, as well as a range of various initiations. Every year, AMT welcomes and supports practitioners and knowledge seekers from all walks of life on their journey to connecting and learning more about indigenous African spiritual practices, heritage, and philosophy. Through interactive and experiential shrine tours, AMT has hosted visitors from across the world, including groups from NYU's Public Health Masters Program and Birthright Africa, a diaspora organization based in the US. We are even working with the University of Bremen in Germany to repatriate stolen Voodoo from the colonial period. And yes, we did speak with the Voodoo through an Afa divination, and they are very much alive. African Magic Temple isn't just a shrine. It's a living bridge between past, present, and future, and is undoubtedly a powerful pillar for cultural tourism in Ghana. Did you know there's a Voodoo shrine in the heart of Accra? This is African Magic Temple, a Voodoo shrine led by Bokor, a renowned Voodoo and Afa priest who also happens to be an OG international magician from Hohwe, Ghana. He has performed across Asia and Africa, entertaining and inspiring tens of thousands with the joy and wonders of magic. In 2007, along with his family, he dazzled an audience filled with African presidents and world leaders during the African Union Summit in Accra. Now back to African Magic Temple. For over 30 years, AMT has safeguarded and educated the world about authentic West African spiritual traditions rooted in Ewe Vodu and Afa. Through thousands of hours of online content, AMT has made Voodoo knowledge and practice more accessible while redefining the global narrative around the practice. We provide spiritual consultations, ancestral feeding rituals to honor your ancestors and empower yourself, as well as a range of various initiations. Every year, AMT welcomes and supports practitioners and knowledge seekers from all walks of life on their journey to connecting and learning more about indigenous African spiritual practices, heritage, and philosophy. Through interactive and experiential shrine tours, AMT has hosted visitors from across the world, including groups from NYU's Public Health Masters Program and Birthright Africa, a diaspora organization based in the US. We are even working with the University of Bremen in Germany to repatriate stolen Voodoo from the colonial period. And yes, we did speak with the Voodoo through an Afa divination, and they are very much alive. African Magic Temple isn't just a shrine. It's a living bridge between past, present, and future, and is undoubtedly a powerful pillar for cultural tourism in Ghana. Did you know there's a Voodoo shrine in the heart of Accra? This is African Magic Temple, a Voodoo shrine led by Bokor Christopher Voncujovi, a renowned Voodoo and Afa priest who also happens to be an OG international magician from Hohwe, Ghana. He has performed across Asia and Africa, entertaining and inspiring tens of thousands with the joy and wonders of magic. In 2007, along with his family, he dazzled an audience filled with African presidents and world leaders during the African Union Summit in Accra. Now back to African Magic Temple. For over 30 years, AMT has safeguarded and educated the world about authentic West African spiritual traditions rooted in Ewe Vodu and Afa. Through thousands of hours of online content, AMT has made Voodoo knowledge and practice more accessible while redefining the global narrative around the practice. We provide spiritual consultations, ancestral feeding rituals to honor your ancestors and empower yourself, as well as a range of various initiations. Every year, AMT welcomes and supports practitioners and knowledge seekers from all walks of life on their journey to connecting and learning more about indigenous African spiritual practices, heritage, and philosophy. Through interactive and experiential shrine tours, AMT has hosted visitors from across the world, including groups from NYU's Public Health Masters Program and Birthright Africa, a diaspora organization based in the US. We are even working with the University of Bremen in Germany to repatriate stolen Voodoo from the colonial period. And yes, we did speak with the Voodoo through an Afa divination, and they are very much alive. African Magic Temple isn't just a shrine. It's a living bridge between past, present, and future, and is undoubtedly a powerful pillar for cultural tourism in Ghana. Did you know there's a Voodoo shrine in the heart of Accra? This is African Magic Temple, a Voodoo shrine led by Bokor Christopher Voncujovi, a renowned Voodoo and Afa priest who also happens to be an OG international magician from Hohwe, Ghana. He has performed across Asia and Africa, entertaining and inspiring tens of thousands with the joy and wonders of magic. In 2007, along with his family, he dazzled an audience filled with African presidents and world leaders during the African Union Summit in Accra.
You want to start by getting a flower pot. So I have one here, and it also has something to collect the water at the bottom if it overflows. This is particularly useful for people who live in apartments or live in areas where it can get very cold outside during the winter. You can get rare earth from outside and then put that into the sun pot so that you can offer libations while being indoors. And so if you're able to do this setup, you can have the earth right inside of your apartment, regardless of where you live. And this is what I do when I travel abroad, and it's not always easy to go outside. So now that I have my flower pot, now I have my glass of drink over here. So now I can quickly start praying over here. I start with my right hand for spirit guides and deities of nature, and then transition to the left hand for ancestors and people who have lived that have passed on. One thing that I would advise is that sometimes when you're pouring water into this and you do a lot of water, it'll start to get smelly. So my advice to you would be to regularly change it, or to consider limiting the amount of water you put into or the amount of liquid you put into this pot. But if it does become smelly, it's easy. You can take out the sand, replace it with a new one, and then you're good to go. Simple. And that's how you can offer libation from the comfort of your home. Here's a simple way to pray to your spirit guides and ancestors from the comfort of your home. You want to start by getting a flower pot. So I have one here, and it also has something to collect the water at the bottom if it overflows. This is particularly useful for people who live in apartments or live in areas where it can get very cold outside during the winter. You can get rare earth from outside and then put that into the sand pot so that you can offer libations while being indoors. And so if you're able to do this setup, you can have the earth right inside of your apartment, regardless of where you live. And this is what I do when I travel abroad, and it's not always easy to go outside. So now that I have my flower pot, now I have my glass of drink over here. So now I can quickly start praying over here. I start with my right hand for spirit guides and deities of nature, and then transition to the left hand for ancestors and people who have lived that have passed on. One thing that I would advise is that sometimes when you're pouring water into this and you do a lot of water, it will start to get smelly. So my advice to you would be to regularly change it, or to consider limiting the amount of water you put into or the amount of liquid you put into this pot. But if it does become smelly, it's easy. You can take out the sand, replace it with a new one, and then you're good to go. Simple. And that's how you can offer libation from the comfort of your home.
On. The first one is the behavioral and social element, where Afa is going to be giving you guidelines on how you should be acting within your social environment or within yourself to be able to achieve the goals you set for yourself. Number 2 will be the dietary and the health guidelines. What kind of actions do you need to take to be your healthiest self? What kind of food should you take or avoid taking to be able to achieve these things for yourself, not just physically, but also spiritual? Number 3 would be spiritual guidelines. Afa will be giving you directions on how you can be able to advance yourself spiritually to be able to achieve your goals or to be able to manifest the highest manifestation of your positive destiny, and then for you to be able to follow those guidelines so you can overcome the challenges that brought you to the mat. So this 1, 2, 3. So when you do an Afa divination with us, there are 3 areas that you can seek to find clarity on. The first one is the behavioral and social element, where Afa is going to be giving you guidelines on how you should be acting within your social environment or within yourself to be able to achieve the goals you set for yourself. Number 2 will be the dietary and the health guidelines. What kind of actions do you need to take to be your healthiest self? What kind of food should you take or avoid taking to be able to achieve these things for yourself, not just physically, but also spiritual? Number 3 would be spiritual guidelines. Afa will be giving you directions on how you can be able to advance yourself spiritually to be able to achieve your goals or to be able to manifest the highest manifestation of your positive destiny, and then for you to be able to follow those guidelines so you can overcome the challenges that brought you to the mat. So this 1, 2, 3. Usually clear drink or alcoholic beverage or water to pour on the ground or a bowl of sand to offer as prayers to your spirits or ancestors. So you can do a libation simply like this by having a bowl of sand and then being able to now start by calling their divinities or God or whoever you may be or you may want to call. Usual things to ask when you offer a libation is protection against death, sickness, poverty, bad luck, jealousy, promise and fail. All these negative things that human beings have in their life that bring progress back. And then asking for health, prosperity, work, success, relationship, stability, and things like this. And then you offer your libations, mention the name of your ancestors, and then at the end of the day close by saying Hombese or Ache, and then taste it. Libation is the act of using drink, usually clear drink or alcoholic beverage or water, to pour on the ground or a bowl of sand to offer as prayers to your spirits or ancestors. So you can do a libation simply like this by having a bowl of sand and then being able to now start by calling their divinities or God or whoever you may be or you may want to call. Usual things to ask when you offer a libation is protection against death, sickness, poverty, bad luck, jealousy, promise and fail. All these negative things that human beings have in their life that bring progress back. And then asking for health, prosperity, work, success, relationship, stability, and things like this. And then you offer your libations, mention the name of your ancestors, and then at the end of the day close by saying Hombese or Ache, and then taste it. Libation is the act of using drink, usually clear drink or alcoholic beverage or water, to pour on the ground or a bowl of sand to offer as prayers to your spirits or ancestors. So you can do a libation simply like this by having a bowl of sand and then being able to now start by calling their divinities or God or whoever you may be or you may want to call. Usual things to
when an African medicine practitioner meets traditional Chinese medicine. So I've been trying to experience traditional Chinese medicine for 5 years, and finally this year in Chengdu I was able to step into a TCM clinic. The first thing I noticed once I entered is a strong smell of herbs. I looked on my right and I could see a full roster of herbs, and that got me really excited. This TCM doctor was somebody introduced to me by my friend. She said he had helped her to overcome some of her health challenges, and so she took me to this doctor. And the first thing that he did was to check my pulse, which in Chinese they call ba mai, where they use 3 fingers and put it on your wrist, on both your left and your right hands, for about 3 minutes. And then they use that to evaluate. So it's a kind of like a diagnosis. Through that process alone, he was able to identify some of my body's weakest points and things that I have been struggling for years. Since he explained something that I found very interesting, it was more important for me to heal my body by abiding more through nature's rhythm, and wake up in the sunrise and rest during the sunset, and make your eating and your sleeping schedule be in accordance to the natural order. And he wrote about 15 to 20 herbs that he personalized for me to help me balance my qi, which is the natural energy in Chinese medicine. I also saw how they use modern packaging and modern methods to be able to deliver this Chinese medicine. I also found it very interesting that they had many TCM products. They had TCM candy for children to make it easier for them to take it, and they had many other products including teas. And all in all, it was a very amazing experience that I learned a lot from. And I believe that as an African medicine practitioner, as a traditional healer, this was something very revolutionary for me to experience and witness. And I hope that one day African medicine can also make serious strides in modernizing African herbal medicine. What happens when an African medicine practitioner meets traditional Chinese medicine? So I've been trying to experience traditional Chinese medicine for 5 years, and finally this year in Chengdu I was able to step into a TCM clinic. The first thing I noticed once I entered is a strong smell of herbs. I looked on my right and I could see a full roster of herbs, and that got me really excited. This TCM doctor was somebody introduced to me by my friend. She said he had helped her to overcome some of her health challenges, and so she took me to this doctor. And the first thing that he did was to check my pulse, which in Chinese they call ba mai, where they use 3 fingers and put it on your wrist, on both your left and your right hands for about 3 minutes. And then they use that to evaluate. So it's a kind of like a diagnosis. Through that process alone, he was able to identify some of my body's weakest points and things that I have been struggling for years. Since he explained something that I found very interesting. It was more important for me to heal my body by abiding more through nature's rhythm. And wake up in the sunrise and rest during the sunset, and make your eating and your sleeping schedule be in accordance to the natural order. And he wrote about 15 to 20 herbs that he personalized for me to help me balance my qi, which is the natural energy in Chinese medicine. I also saw how they use modern packaging and modern methods to be able to deliver this Chinese medicine. I also found it very interesting that they had many TCM products. They had TCM candy for children to make it easier for them to take it. And they had many other products, including teas. And all in all, it was a very amazing experience that I learned a lot from. And I believe that as an African medicine practitioner, as a traditional healer, this was something very revolutionary for me to experience and witness. And I hope that one day African medicine can also make serious strides in modernizing African herbal medicine. What happens when an African medicine practitioner meets traditional Chinese medicine? So I've been trying to experience traditional Chinese medicine for 5 years. And finally, this year in Chengdu, I was able to step into a TCM clinic. The first thing I noticed once I entered is a strong smell of herbs. I looked on my right and I could see a full roster of herbs, and that got me really excited. This TCM doctor was somebody introduced to me by my friend. She said he had helped her to overcome some of her health challenges, and so she took me to this doctor. And the first thing that he did was to check my pulse, which in Chinese they call ba mai, where they use 3 fingers and put it on your wrist, on both your left and your right hands for about 3 minutes. And then they use that to evaluate. So it's a kind of like a diagnosis. Through that process alone, he was able to identify some of my body's weakest points and things that I have been struggling for years. Since he explained something that I found very interesting. It was more important for me to heal my body by abiding more through nature's rhythm. And wake up in the sunrise and rest during the sunset, and make your eating and your sleeping schedule be in accordance to the natural order. And he wrote about 15 to 20 herbs that he personalized for me to help me balance my qi, which is the natural energy in Chinese medicine. I also saw how they use modern packaging and modern methods to be able to deliver this Chinese medicine. I also found it very interesting that they had many TCM products. They had TCM candy for children to make it easier for them to take it. And they had many other products, including teas. And all in all, it was a very amazing experience that I learned a lot from. And I believe that as an African medicine practitioner, as a traditional healer, this was something very revolutionary for me to experience and witness. And I hope that one day African medicine can also make serious strides in modernizing African herbal medicine.
Learning more from others who know more than you. But there's nothing to.
What happens when an African medicine practitioner meets traditional Chinese medicine? So I've been trying to experience traditional Chinese.
So this is how.
Flush, for sure.
ゆきちゃんちょっと飲んで。ここにさ、みんないるわけじゃん。その死んだ人はこの地下にいるでしょ。その人たちにあげるんだよ、これって。ね、捨ててるんじゃないんだよ、これは。地下にいるスピリット、ご先祖様のさ、魂はこの地下に埋まってる。お酒飲まない人には今度サイダーあげましょう。
おばあちゃんとかお酒飲まない。
だから今日は、でもさ、そうなんだよね。このさ、蓋を閉めてさ、おい、今日は午後の紅茶を3日間にあげて、おばあちゃんには青いお茶あげて、おじいちゃんにビールあげて、お酒もう一式持ってこいよっての。やりちゃんね。ご先祖様も。
はい。これ、Ewe Vodu drink、お酒を飲まない人は、このサイダー、三ツ矢サイダー、三ツ矢サイダー、電子で、いろいろいいことが起こりますように、ゼクトとレン君が勉強をして、いろんなことなど。嬉しそう、嬉しい。美味しい？もっといいよ。いいんだよ。今度全部ピャーってやってみよう。オッケー。ありがとうございました。何する？よし、よしよし。ゆきちゃんちょっと飲んで。ここにさ、みんないるわけじゃん。その死んだ人はこの地下にいるでしょ。その人たちにあげるんだよ、こうやって。
ね、捨ててるんじゃないんだよ、これは。地下にいるスピリット、先祖。ご先祖様のさ、魂はこの下に埋まってる。お酒飲まない人には今度サイダーあげましょう。おばあちゃんとかお酒飲まないけど、今日は、
でもさ、そうなんだよね。このさ、蓋を閉めてさ、
おい、今日は午後の紅茶を3日間にあげて、おばあちゃんには青いお茶あげて、おじいちゃんにビールあげて、お酒もう一式持ってこいよってのは。やりたいのね。ご先祖様の。
This is the night one. Don't be afraid when the light comes at you. When the light comes at you, come to us. Come to the water. When the light comes to you, you'll feel too much. Come to the water.
Actually.
Take more baths. Sit in water so I can work on you. Sit in water so I can work on you. So I can work on you. This is the night one. Don't be afraid when the light comes at you. When the light comes at you, come to us. Come to the water. When the light comes to you, you'll feel too much. Come to the water.
Actually.
Take more baths. Sit in water so I can work on you. Sit in water so I can work on you. So I can work on you. This is the night one. Don't be afraid when the light comes at you. When the light comes at you, come to us. Come to the water. When the light comes to you, you'll feel too much. Come to the water.
Actually.
Take more baths. Sit in water so I can work on you. Sit in water so I can work on you. So I can work on you. This is the night one.
Obidom BA Kachre was saying, I'm very serious here and police is not helping me get my money, Papa. Okay, so we will see how we can be of help to you. Please reach out to our office and book an appointment for a consultation to see if it is possible that that money can be retrieved for you. They will let you know, and then we will work on it for you. And then we have KK Ginga 1, which is Kadi Fisher said, greetings Papa and AMT family. Thank you very much, Kadi Fisher. How are you? Thank you. And how is Cameron? Hope the whole family is doing well. I'm grateful that you joined today's section. And then we have Sunday GH say, Papa, good evening. Good evening, Sunday. How are you? Thank you very much for joining the section. I hope you and your loved ones are doing well. You are welcome to today's program. Thank you very much. And then we have some other people. Sunday G. So, Papa, how can I visit you? Sunday GH, our profile, in our profile, we have our telephone number. And sometimes even when we are doing this, we are putting a telephone number, we are pinning it there. Call the number, make all the inquiries why you want to see me, and then you can book an appointment and see me. It's not a difficult thing to see me. Thank you very much. And then we have Jerry Roofing Expert. He say, hi, good evening. Hello, Jerry. Good evening. How are you? Thank you very much and welcome to the program. I hope you and your loved ones are doing well. Thank you once again. And then we have a Nini Afi, the third,
The second.
Ni and Ni Afi, the next second. Say greetings, Papa. Hello, Ni. Greetings to you. How are you? Thank you very much. Thank you. I hope you are fine. And then Keke Ginga Kadifisha say, Papa, you know I am here. Yes, that's why I say you are somewhere. I haven't seen you yet. Thank you very much. And then Angela Gani say, we are great and love you, Papa. We love you too. Thank you. We love you all, the whole family. Thank you very much, Angie. We are grateful. Obi don't be catch. Say, Papa, please, how do I do the spiritual consultation, please? Please, what you do is take our number, call the number, and they will discuss with you, and they will tell you what things you should bring for the consultation. And once they give you a booking date, we will be there to do the consultation with you. Thank you very much. Then Obidombi said, okay. Okay, Papa, thank you. Thank you too for asking the question. And okay, please, how much is the consultation fee? In Ghana, our consultation fee is 500 Ghana cedis plus 2 bottles of Bombay Sapphire, 1 liter size Bombay Sapphire, 2 bottles of Bombay Sapphire plus 500 Ghana cedis. That's our consultation. But then if you live outside the borders of Ghana, our consultation is $165 US. I want you people to take note of this, that we at African Magic Temple, we don't force anyone to come and do a reading with us. If you feel that our consultation charges are too much and you cannot afford it, we don't have a problem with that. We don't force anyone to come and do a reading with us. And so also is that when we do a reading for you, we don't force you to do the ritual. If you feel that you want to do the rituals to make things change for you in your life, definitely we are ready to do the rituals for you. But we will not do after doing a reading for you, even that one, we will tell you how much we will charge for our reading. And we are not going to force you to do reading. We are not such kind of a shrine. We will never force anyone to do a reading. But if you think that the charge that we are charging for a reading and you can afford it and you want us to do the reading for you, we will do it for you, and you will be very happy when the reading comes out. You yourself, you will see, you will think as if we were with you all along. However, after doing a reading, usually rituals follow a reading. And if you agree to do a reading with us and also decide not to do the rituals, we don't have any problem with you at all. As I always say, that you brought a problem to us to find out how you can, what ways you can go through to solve them or to overcome that challenge. So the problem in the first place is your problem. You only brought it to us because we are diviners, and we will look into it and tell you what is happening in your life before such problems are happening. And we will also give you advice as per what the oracle told us to tell you, that this and that is what you should do to overcome the challenge that you are going through or you are facing. Under no circumstances would we ever force you to come and do a ritual after a reading. If you come to do it, fine. You don't come to do it, problem is yours. It is not our problem after all. We only saw things and told you because you asked us to find out why things are happening on you. And we found them out and we told you. If you don't want to get nothing to do with it, we are fine. But some people will get angry when you tell them that if we do a reading for you and you don't do the ritual, the problem is not ours, it's yours. And some people may get angry. Why do we say that the problem is theirs? But that is the naked truth. It's you who has problem. And you came and asked us to look into it for you. And we did. And we are telling you what to do. If you want to do it, fine. You don't want to do it, I am not going to force you. And no one from my shrine will force you to do it. That's why if you are connecting with African Magic Temple, make sure you connect with the real African Magic Temple, the main source. We have only one telephone number for African Magic Temple, apart from my private number. If you are dealing with anybody else who is associated with us in whichever way, and your money got taken away, or some people come on our page, they don't know, as they put their numbers there, and sometimes they try to tell you how cheap they could do your work, and if you follow them and you fall into a pit, don't hold us responsible, because they don't work with us. African Magic Temple has only one number plus my personal number, and if these two numbers are not the one you are chatting with or discussing with, then it is not African Magic Temple. Thank you very much. And then we have Obi Dombi Kachri say, okay, Papa, please, how much is the consultation? That's what I've just said. And then Obi Dombi Kachri say, please, can I get the office number? Okay, Bokor, type it again.
Yes, please.
And then we have Afro Bold Print. Good evening, great man, Mr. Voncujovi. Thank you very much, Afro Bold Print. I think I know this name. Yeah. I know the name sounds very familiar, but what did they put it?
Afro Bold Print in
April. Yes, I don't know whether they are the ones printing our t-shirts. Okay, I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, thank you very much, Afro Bold Print, for joining. Hope you are fine. Thank you very much. And at Vivi, you can contact African Magic Temple on +233 262 367578. That's our office number, please. So please, those of you who want to get to the office number, please call the office number and make your enquiries. I'm grateful. And then move up. And then we have Kofi Vince. It's a good evening, Father. Please, how can I get a spirit friend to work with? You can only get a spirit friend to work with when you go to a person who has a spirit. Spirits don't just come and say, I want to befriend you. It's you who will go, or you will be doing a spiritual work, and then they can befriend you. But for the first time, you need to start to do a spiritual work or go to a person who has spirits. Then you can get a spirit friend if you are lucky. Change it. Okay, let's start there. Let me go from there. And then we have an uptime film. Say someone had stole some CDs out of my BMW one time last year when I was at work, and I no longer have this BMW anymore. But I wanted to know, is there a way that the spirits can have that person? Yes, there is a way spirits can have that thing, but it will take a very long time because the thing had happened a long time ago. And there is also high possibility that the person who has stolen your CD from your BMW may not be close by as the person was at that time. You have stolen somebody's thing and is probably in jail. So many things can happen. So when things happen for a long time before a person comes to seek spiritual help, the person should not expect that, or in a snap of a finger or in a twinkle of an eye, the solutions will come. This is the difference between religion and spirituality. Religion tells you to have faith. But spirituality is a practical thing, and it's based on formula. And when the formula is right, you get to the results and the answer. It may take some time, but you will get there. Because if someone who stole your thing or has taken something that is dear to your heart, and the person has taken it and taken it far away, and you cannot get it, or the person also has put some influence, let's say spiritual influence, on what they have taken from you, or the person they've taken from you is locked up in a situation, whether in a jail, in a house, or under a spiritual influence. You cannot expect it that it will just come out immediately. But if the oracle and the spirits say that it shall be, it will be, then definitely it shall be. Thank you very much. And then we go on up and say, whoever it was, bring my items back. Is there like spirits or something that can do that? I mean, I heard about some that can do that in the past. I don't know if that's true or not. It depends what you are looking for. Honestly, you see, like at our shrine, there are so many instances that people's items got missing and they found them. Even human beings got missing, and we found them for them. And some, they even died and their bodies were burnt, but we were able to find them. Our spirits were able to identify a place where the police later went there and found the bones, and they did a dental check-up, and they realized that was the person who we were looking for. There were people who got missing. A Down syndrome child got missing about 2 years ago, 1.5 years ago, during the Easter, and she couldn't talk or anything, and she is not from the location where she got missing at. And we did what we could do, and they were able to find it. So the spirits can do so many things, but the person that the person that is asking the spirits to do the work must have patience. Some, if the thing is just happening immediately and you chase it up, it becomes easier to get. But if it has taken some time before you are chasing it, it may be difficult. At least from our shrine, if the thing has taken a long time before you are chasing it, it may take some time to get it. But if the oracle says that you will get it, then you will get it. Yeah. But if it's something that got missing today, 3 days, you come. Yes, because before last December, there were people who stole money among themselves in one compound. The day the money was stolen, or the night the money was stolen, the following morning they all marched to our shrine. We did whatever we would do. By the next following morning, the person who took the money brought the money back already. So it depends. But if the time elapses, you should not expect that by a snap of finger everything will just change. We have gotten people even out of jail, people who were even sentenced to jail for life, but we even got people out. So there's so much spirits can do, but then it all depends on each person and each person's situation. As my friend Dinendra would say, each situation is different. So each person's situation is different, but patience is the key. And with time will tell. Thank you very much. And then we have public relation. Doji over there say, hi Papa, hello. Public relation, how are you? Thank you very much. And then public relation went on to say, may Voodoo Mau Fili restore your health and may you continue to be blessed. Thank you very much, public relation Doji. I'm grateful. Yeah, I hope that everything is going on with you. Yeah, I'm grateful. And then Uptown Film said, do you have those power rings or whatever they are called, where when you wear them, certain things you want and it happens? Do you make those rings? No, Uptown Films, I don't make those rings. I don't even know how to make them. Yeah, what I do, rings and talismans for you or amulets for you, they are mainly to protect you. Yes, of course, some amulets are also there for you to attract good things towards yourself. But the way you said it is not exactly how mine is. Mine is to attract general goods towards you and also to ward off negative energies from attacking you. Seriously. Well, I say seriously because the negative things will come, but you will overcome them. That's what I'm trying to say seriously. Thank you very much, Uptown Films. I'm grateful. And then let's see other places. There's more here? No. Okay, Uptown Films. Wow. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much for that. I'm grateful. And then we are on African Magic Temple on Facebook, and we have a Sena Kwali. Can you consult a different Bokor to confirm? Okay, we answered that one. And then we have our brother Deus Caritas Est saying, does where I live have any spiritual significance? Yeah, sometimes everybody has their own energy and everybody has their own destiny cut out for them. For some people, there are certain parts of places that they are not supposed to be. There are people who are not supposed to live in a story building, even if it is just one floor above the ground floor. They are not supposed to live in such places. They can visit and do business there, but they are not supposed to stay there permanently. So such people, if they live on a higher floor, good things will not reach them. But if they live on the down floor, that's when good things happen for them. And some people can be like, if you live outside your locality or your home, you may not be able to be successful. Not that you cannot be making life, you can be making life, but to be successful and be what you wanted, it is not easy because where you are is not where your destiny is. So there are situations like that, but you can only do this to find out whether where you are is good for you, is not good for you. If you feel some kind of threat or feel uncomfortable, you can check, and then the spirit will answer you. Thank you very much. And said, for example, is it possible for someone's destiny to prefer they live in one city instead of another? Yes, it is possible. Your destiny can say this place is not good for it, and if you continue staying there, you can live there, but you will not be comfortable. Deo Caritas Esther, thank you very much for that beautiful question. Yeah, let's move forward. If there is any, or we'll go to another platform. I think our brother Dinendra was on this side also 33 minutes ago. Hello, Dinendra, on ReVodution Voodoo Education. Thank you. And then Uptown Film say wow. And then again, well, what is the wow there? What is so surprising? Then Uptown Film said, do you have anything that if there is a certain specific job one wants, you will get it? That one, I don't have anything like that, but you can check with spirits that is there anything they can do for you if you are looking for a particular job? Is there anything they can do for you so that you get that job? Sometimes it is your desire to get that job, but if it is not the spirit words to desire for you to get that job, it will be difficult for you to get it. But when you get spirit involved, you will get that job, but whatever will come alongside that job will also come along because you forced it out. I prefer doing things in nature's way. Whatever is good for me should come towards me, and whatever is not good for me should leave and go far away from me. Thank you very much. And then Uptown Film said that I said wow because I was intrigued, baffled, and yet marvel how you got whoever that was out of jail. Oh, okay. It's not one time. So, yeah. Okay, so we have Kofi Vincent. I said, good evening, Father. Please, how can I get spirit friend to work with? We have answered that one already, that get involved with a spiritualist who has spirits so that he can introduce you to some spirits that can be your friend. Yeah. And then Lona Nikos Papa, will a reading reveal your spirit guides or deities? Not always. Sometimes a reading can reveal your spirit guides, but it's only during initiation into Fa that your spirit deities and guides are usually plain and clear for you. Because, temporary readings are just part of the main thing. So sometimes in a temporary reading, certain things will come out, but not all. But when you do Afa initiation, always I say this Afa initiation, I know you are interested, you will have asked about 2 times, and Afa said it's still not your time. So I know you have this, but help, just keep faith alive. Now that my children are trying to set up a base in the US, slowly, once they are set up in the US, they will be coming over to help to do initiations and do so many things. So people who are not able to, or were not able to come to Africa or Ghana, will be able to go to some part of the US and get initiations done. We will get all the necessary priests that will be able to help to initiate, put them together, and they will initiate you. Thank you very much, big sister Luna Nichols. And then we have Prince with Apple, say consultation fee. Depending on where you are in the world, and that's how the consultation fee is. And for this reason, you should call our office number. They will discuss with you where you are, and then of course they will tell you what consultation fee you are to pay. Thank you. Okay, I said, Uptown Film said, I need that job because I'm literally talking to you or typing in the back of a van here in specific city in San Francisco Bay Area. I'm homeless. Okay, I have seen so many people who are also homeless, not only you, but if in your life, if you are able to find out from the spirit world what is happening in your life, and the spirits give you directives or directions to do, to be able to turn over the challenges that you are having in life, and you follow them, with time things will start to change for you for better. And then Uptown Films went to say, when you come to the US, please set up something here in Northern California. There's the San Francisco Bay Area, because we needed here, we needed here, definitely it's a hella, what?
Smackish.
It's hella smackish here. You know, everybody says that when I come to America, I should set up in their place. You know, my sisters and people in Atlanta, they are also want me to set up in Atlanta. And then the people in Ohio, they want us to be in Ohio. Our friends in Maryland want us to set up in Maryland, and our friends in Florida. So everybody actually wants us to set up in their place. But what we will be doing is that when we get to America, when we are in the process now, one of my sons is in the US now, and two others will be joining him in a couple of weeks' time. They will be coming to the US. So when they come, they will see the possibility of setting up a company, our company. And then of course there's already Shamba Musa, who has been doing something about that already. So they will team up with him and see which one, what is possible, so that we can set up an office, a shrine, a place where people can consult and come and learn, and also get readings as well as rituals done for them. So between now and December, we will be deciding where we want to put our eggs. So you all get to know when that time comes. But it will be within the US, and it is not that we are going to spend a fortune just on ticket and accommodation to come here and learn spirituality. But for now, let us keep doing what we have been doing in the past until that is established. Thank you very much, Uptown Films. And then we have Uptown Films, yep, that good Ole Afa do. Okay, thank you very much. Yes, let's move on. Okay, so we have our big sister Luna Nikoso. We want you in Phoenix too. Yeah, you see. So where should we go? There's a saying in my Ewe language that the water that likes you is the one that goes into your pot. That when you go to the river to fetch water, usually you just have to dip your pot inside the river up to some point. And the water that likes to come to you is the one that will flow into your pot. So when the time comes, the water that flows into our pot, that's the water that likes us, and is the place where we will be. Thank you very much, everybody. I'm very grateful, and I am happy that you are so much alive with having a shrine, African Magic Temple in a shrine. And I know people in Canada also would wish that we set up in Canada so that we can meet the whole of North America and probably the South America from there. But I think the best place to set up will be in the US so that we can attend to people in South America as well as people in the Canada and the North. Thank you all very much. Yeah. Have we answered these ones already?
Yes, please.
Okay, thank you. My energy level is going down. Yeah, so. Okay, so Uptown Film said there is a lot of Ewe people here in San Francisco Bay Area. I met Hela Ewe here. Okay, so we will explore all those things. Yes, but Sunshine State, San Francisco is maybe the weather will be good for us more than other cold places, but we don't know yet. We don't know yet, but we will surely be somewhere in the US, and if there's a lot of Ewe people in San Francisco who also explore, there are so many other people who are not from Africa. They are initially Africans, but they are born in the diaspora, and they are also having the Ewe blood, especially those people who are coming from the Caribbeans. People coming from Guyana, people coming from Trinidad and Tobago, and then if you talk about Haiti, there's so much Ewe blood all around the world. Even in Brazil, my son Senna is even learning Ewe songs from a Brazilian who has been initiated into Mamiwata by Ewe people. And Senna is now learning. The priest, the Mamisi, is now sending the songs to Senna to learn. And Senna didn't know these songs, and when he sent them to me, I was explaining the songs to him, and he was so surprised that, so even in Brazil, he is learning about Ewe culture and Ewe spirituality. So Ewes are also all around the world, but they are not as bold as the Yoruba people. So they are very quiet people. They don't try to show off. Even those that are born in the diaspora, and they are not people who show off very much. That's why people do not know who they are. Ewes are very simple and very quiet people. Okay, let's do another 15 to 20 minutes more.
Yes, please.
Okay. So we have a big sister, Luna Nichols. So you are saying the water is going to continue to flow here in the US because it's currently on fire. Yeah, maybe we will find a place there, definitely. Yeah, the water is flowing towards the US. So I will be here in Ghana, but my children can be there to help. Then they will come from time to time to help people that they can help over there. And then our Thank you very much, Angie. I'm grateful. And then Angie Ganisi Papa, what can we take to get the knowledge, skills, and all that's needed to get a shrine in Georgia? Oh, you just need a priest. You just need one priest or priestess. That's all. Currently, you people are also priests and priestesses, but we have to train you to the point where you can also do divination for people. Then that's all. You will get a shrine because you have already been initiated, and you only need to learn how to do a proper divination for yourselves and for other people. And that's all that is needed. And once you can do divination, then opening a shrine is not difficult for you as at all, so that when people come to you, you can at least do simple divination for them and be able to work as a team.
Did you know there's a Voodoo shrine in the heart of Accra? This is African Magic Temple, a Voodoo shrine led by Bokor Christopher Voncujovi, a renowned Voodoo and Afa priest who also happens to be an OG international magician from Hohwe, Ghana. He has performed across Asia and Africa, entertaining and inspiring tens of thousands with the joy and wonders of magic. In 2007, along with his family, he dazzled an audience filled with African presidents and world leaders during the African Union Summit in Accra. Now back to African Magic Temple. For over 30 years, AMT has safeguarded and educated the world about authentic West African spiritual traditions rooted in Ewe Vodu and Afa. Through thousands of hours of online content, AMT has made Voodoo knowledge and practice more accessible while redefining the global narrative around the practice. We provide spiritual consultations, ancestral feeding rituals to honor your ancestors and empower yourself, as well as a range of various initiations. Every year, AMT welcomes and supports practitioners and knowledge seekers from all walks of life on their journey to connecting and learning more about indigenous African spiritual practices, heritage, and philosophy. Through interactive and experiential shrine tours, AMT has hosted visitors from across the world, including groups from NYU's Public Health Masters Program and Birthright Africa, a diaspora organization based in the US. We are even working with the University of Bremen in Germany to repatriate stolen Voodoo from the colonial period. Did you know there's a Voodoo shrine in the heart of Accra? This is African Magic Temple, a Voodoo shrine led by Bokor Christopher Voncujovi, a renowned Voodoo and Afa priest who also happens to be an OG international magician from Hohwe, Ghana.
Are we okay?
Yes, please.
Let me put this things up. There's something on the. Okay, it's coming and some things are coming.
It just
That's passed. Okay. Oh, are we okay on the other ones, or you are?
Yes, please. We are open.
We're okay. Are we live?
Yes, please.
Okay. Thank you very much, everybody. Good afternoon, good morning, and good evening to you, wherever you may be. I'm very grateful that you are all joining today's section. Thank you all very much for everything. Uh, we are a little bit late, but it's better late than never. So I'm going to pour libation and then we will take it up from there. I am your host, Bokor Christopher Voncujovi. I'm very grateful to you all. Oh, ago, Tagwe Mama, Medu ago. Yamanga Sobolisa, Manga Kitty Katamanga say Joto, me Joto, Sena Nuame, a certain Anuame, Omana Heavy, Dokuna Heavy, Omana Heavy, maybe an anu Dokuna Heavy, or Beno, Dokuna Heavy, maybe an anu, you are sending me over and do ago. May you share my ham for a show, send me for a show, but even do ago. May you Abraxa, may you see a drip do ago, yet I dread away from a kuna. Who will verse or tom, who will verse or a camera over do ago. Eme yo mianos or jeer and you zo kakachi kansi boshi agre, Miala family abemi la queen when you're going to call me your article when you're in Bama and you feel for playing Bamando di Kaulo. When you have been Matekulu, Etega. Oh, may your kind, but you're kind, only what kind of what kind, so what kind of what kind, and you kind, if you have a kind, and you are tabaka, the other kind. But if I remember, I had a local problem, not if you have some to do, Miami Nuda, Miami Hogba, the walk up with me, Zango, and play you like a criminal hog, say you're like a wood job, but that Jomaku, for coming while I'm on the chimney, Voodoo, but you could quite tall for me, so when you have a job, when you toy him, what you to unquarter the needle of the Toba, your two of woman, or Tepeca, Patabe, Lavi, Jovomajo, you enjoy Patapefia, Jobata. Trona magbeda molo afifa gbeli di la jopata no ani afemia ajolo jopata yan ya tefe me yo bese gbo jire to gbe de ta pa pelu ti zubulu ajima ogboju pe do jalo fun come valenti fa family balojo na pefu agosapa te me yo ati gele me yo kuro do me do keke laafia e ye me yo me gase sengeja papa sese to geje aha. O mayo brahini mayo bogbochi mayo ngbe mayo foli koko mo reka gomne godo kluche kuma kabala gato bonyo kuto bene fana milu mayo tonyo kosipoku akubi yo no nyemeri yakoso ko kufoni ko geje tasinya amosi fusi jam koso abra ko bra mama nye bojo mba to bonya ko kukofi to bonya kubi amensa mama ya dure pe ngbe peku no kuto bene fana ni mayo po ni Celestine ya wakubi ya Katrina akubi ya fonya sese ko fonya ya Ben akubi ya kuto bene fana milu me yo mi asron e wo mbo achucha chufe akubi esisi ya pene e ka tepe mensa kuto bene fana ni me yo awu no tuji ba ko tuji to tuji me yo kirikini hasa ko nchi bara su bara bona na me yo kuto bene fana lo ko la tireke ba tireke ma tu aho na ha kuto bene fana ya me yo boko ada fi so fa hu agbovi boko fa cha ojoge uno honu le va po uno honu le gbe ya ga to gbe ma se kuto bene fana ni e to gbe na ni tre tu le jita to gbe Abraham jibenu le chama to gbe fi ato si mo kavila benya si agotime kuto bene fana mi yo Daniel vie po mare la gbaro ya me ga koku anatovi ankaima kuto bene fana olo ya me yo happy akoso abaji me yo Harrison George Ajovu me yo yo to gbe nyakubia mensa for harana milo Harrison George Ajovu yo ara kekekekeke ya me yo boko kom la azuma agbovi yo to boko kwa mi via joge ya me yo chenye ma be Ruben komla akubia kutu bene fana mi apete sia na yo trevi vio Brian vio geje vio kubia vio gbe vio po ijime le bachu nyano ngwa teshi mate mamate tulu carpenter road ko egonas painters road vio bete kutu bene fana mi me yo abochi sakra kama cho aba be adogo o kutokoliro nko kunumaku o agbere no agbere to be yo ale achu o fra ntamani o fifinin kuma bisinkra o kofto jabaku o cho to akoficho he kofi atra kable me yo mi apete me to be hogba to magba vodu beto to ra ho ibu me asa pasa de kunyo hoto ko shinyo hoto ke di difenu poto kale manu poto me yo mi apete yo apelege de makpeza ko shinyo po echi aje mu no po echi mo le von po echi trovo po echi chivi ta he me de egbe here ke de egbe he peza ye de egbeza aguto be de peza ji tai de egbeza me na ha gum be yenye woli pepe yo ra ke dagbe lo ya me yo za dagbe pe But person say Bonovian, Pedian to me. Gatin of you, pay you my idea, I was tubu. My yomi opeti, my yokel go teacher, your talk with Glimdo, your talk Pachu Manami, for Harana mi opeti. Not the pay my your gorjo, for Harana mi Sotekelo. Dagba, Jimmy Yomidu, the Niawele Emily. Your goglio was your ton work by. At the pay. Mayo afana go afan bo majizo because pepe to so le me da pe avidi me yokole gbe meji ku meji ole meji di meji lo so meji mole meji abla meji akala meji guda meji sa meji ka meji trupe meji tula meji bete meji che meji fu meji ole che tula meyo krem ovide ko ko to bade ogbo meta bade nyade mapoe nedi akala ma manaha ya piti dagbe lo to we abla ahani go ya wene de la imba majoflo ahani lo go mi awene de fiato ne je gatolo kudo. Yo, thank you all very much for waiting and having the patience to wait. Today is another day, and I'm thanking you all for being here. We will start on TikTok with YouTube first. Let's go to YouTube. We have Uptown Films saying greetings, Bokor. Hello, Uptown Films. How are you? Thank you very much for joining today's section. I hope you and your loved ones are all doing well. I'm grateful for your presence and for the presence of all of you. Thank you. So we are now on TikTok on TikTok, right? Africa Magic Temple on TikTok. We have a big sister Luna Nicole says Sunday blessings, Papa and AMT family. I'm grateful to join you all for today's section. We are very grateful that you are joining us. Thank you very much for having and waiting patiently for us to come on. Then we have Royal Dutch. Greetings, great one. Hello, Royal Dutch. Greetings to you and to your loved ones. And we have Kofi Vince. Say good evening, Father. Hello, Kofi Vince. How are you? Thank you very much and hope you are fine. Then we have Kofi Vince say, I would love to come for divination. What is the process, please? Okay, Kofi Vince, the process is you call our number in our profile and you make all the inquiry. They will give you all the directions and what to do. Thank you very much, Kofi Vince. And then we have Danny Dawuso sending us a salutation. Hello, Dawuso, Daniel, thank you very much. And then we have Smart Key Gray saying Ache. Thank you very much, all of you. And then we have Bokor Shamba Musa in Ohio. Say good afternoon, Papa. Hello, Bokor. Good afternoon. How are you? Thank you very much for coming on today's program. And we have our big sister Luna Nicole say, how are you feeling this week, Papa? Yeah, big sister Luna Nicole, I am feeling much better this week than last week, and every day is a blessing. I am thanking God and the ancestors for carrying me through. Yeah, it's like I'm not very sure what is really happening. I've had all the blood tests and everything, and I've also done some reading for myself, and I am going through the Vosa or the rituals slowly. I think this evening I will end the rituals for my reading, and then after that I will see what is really going on, because I cannot really understand what is going on. But it's life. I'm better this Sunday than last week Sunday. Thank you all very much for your concern, big sister Luna Nicole. And then the Smart Kid Gray is saying that greetings, Papa and AMT family. Thank you very much, Smart Kid. Greetings to you and your loved ones too. I'm very happy to have you here. Then we have the Green say Batissima saying location. You go into Google, you will find our location, please. And then we have Luna Nichols at a Smart Gray. Salutation, thank you. And then that green Batissima is a respect, Papa. Thank you very much, Batissima. Hope you and your loved ones are doing well as well. And Batissima had earlier said good evening, and good evening to you. Thank you all very much. And then we have Danny Dawuso sharing the live. We are very grateful for all your contributions to today's program. And then Smart Key Grade, say at Luna Nicole, are you feeling better? Okay. Yeah, I think Luna Nicole, that is directed to you from Smart Kid. I also hope you too, you are feeling much better now. Thank you very much. And then we have big sister Luna Nicole said at Smart Kid Gray, I'm beginning to feel better. Thank you. And we thank the ancestors that you are beginning to feel better. Then Smart Kid Gray, he said, Papa, it's Kojo. Okay, Kojo, thank you very much for the listen. I'm grateful. How is your own health now? Hope everything is going on well. Thank you. And then Smart Kid Grace at Luna Nicole, very glad to know. Yeah, thank you. Thank you all for the contributions that you are giving out. I'm grateful to all of you. And then on ReVodution Voodoo Education, we have our big sister Ifa Dara say Aboru Aboye Aboshiche, say Papa Christopher and family. Thank you very much. So we say Bolu Aye Bolu Aye Boya Aye Bokiche. Thank you very much, big sister Ifa Dara. I hope everybody is fine, and my regards to Eva. Thank you very much. And then we have our sister. We have a Jito Ponghosu. Say greetings, Bokor Voncujovi. Hello, Togbi Ponghosu. How are you? Thank you very much for joining today's session. I'm grateful. And then Jito Ponghosu said, Bokor Voncujovi, you should come to Louisiana in America, where we practice the same voodoo as Ghana, Togo, and Republic of Benin and Haiti. Okay, Jito, I've heard you. I will come. I will come to Louisiana. I know that's the home of Voodoo. Yeah, we know that in America, Louisiana is the home of Voodoo. So I pray that my children are now in the US, and they probably will be watching the program. So they may reach out to you in Louisiana. Thank you very much, Itopa Honsu. Thank you, thank you. And then we have the Dinendra Tomar saying hello. Hello, Dinendra. How are you? Thank you very much for joining the program. I'm grateful that you are here. Thank you for everything. And then we have our sister Zil Harris. Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here another week, Mr. Bokor. Is the live stream on the Clubhouse too? Have been having trouble finding it there in recent weeks. Yes, the problem is that because of our the device we were using for transmitting on Clubhouse, we are now using it to transmit on TikTok, because my iPhone that we were using for TikTok and then the direct computer this thing we had with TikTok had been blocked somehow. Wasn't blocked because we did anything wrong, but the iPhone had updated, and now when I'm sending in my my password, the iPhone kept rejecting it. But that's the password that I use in setting it up. So they kept rejecting it, and we try. So my iPhone cannot open for me to use now. So we have sent them letters or email, and they replied that tomorrow, 11th of August, they're going to give me a call to let me know how to reset it. So we are hoping that that will come on. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And then we have Zil Happy. Yes, Mr. Bokor, you do seem happier this week than for the last couple of weeks. Yes, it's true. Thank you that you have noticed that too. Thank you very much, Zil. I hope you are doing well. And then Zil also went and said, is there still a live stream on TikTok too? Yes, we are streaming on TikTok now. Thank you very much. Which one is that one?
It's my computer, sorry.
Bokor,
Please.
call Bokor Kofi to come.
Yes.
There are so many people's, what do you call it, things we have to write and send to them. He should start doing them.
Yes.
Or he can even come here and be doing them.
Yes.
Yeah. Just call him on phone. So on YouTube, we have a Togwenjik Bezansi Soka. It's a greetings and good day, Papa Bokor Enuledo. Yo Enuledo, America Medina Enudo Wodiwofu. I hope all is well with you today. Yes, I'm a little bit better than last week. I'm okay. Thank you very much, Bokor Jibeza. Thank you.
Yeah, I beg, call Kofi for me. Kofi. Yeah. No, make it come downstairs.
Okay, I see that some people are trying for us to invite them. I'm very sorry. I don't. If you want to ask questions, I can let you ask questions, or you can ask questions directly. But I don't invite people to come and speak on my program. I'm very sorry, because I don't know what you are going to say, and I don't know you. I've not interacted with you before. I cannot invite you to come and speak on my program. If you want to ask questions, please do. Ask question by testing, and I will read your question and I'll give you answer. But I cannot invite you to come and speak on my program.
So it looks like there's a problem with my laptop.
Your laptop has a problem.
Yes.
It has gone again.
I don't know if this is strange.
The access to TikTok was denied.
Yes, please. I can't access TikTok. Okay, I can access Facebook. Let me try. This one is.
But why was it not the same when we are transmitting now?
Yes, it's like TikTok has blocked access to my laptop.
Okay. So we are having some challenges with TikTok and the computer. So please, I think you people can see me here, but I can't read your questions because the computer that is transmitting from here back to me, the TikTok has just denied access to it. We don't know the reason, but on my phone that is here, it is showing that it is on. If you can hear me, can they hear me?
Yes, please, they can hear you.
But I cannot read their question. Can we?
Yes,
You got it back.
we found another way.
We find another way. As African Magic Temple, we find another way to it. Thank you very much. Okay, so I think we have we have already read the green Batesima. I say good evening, and then I say respect Papa. And then we have Luna Nicole and Smart Kid Gray. And then Batesima was asking for location. And I think we have read this one. Yeah. I have read all this one. Yeah, all this. And then we have a Royal Dutch. We have read that one, greetings. And then there's a user say, I'm also praying you are feeling better. Thank you very much. As a user with a 48 27 62 54 71 03 70. Thank you very much. And then the same user say, I'm happy you have a temple in the States. I'm patiently waiting. Thank you. Thank you. We have Quincy. I think if I'm not lying, maybe this first time I'm seeing. Say, hey, I move the cursor from there. Let me read. Hey, Papa, I asked a question on how to remain humble, especially when it comes up in a divination. Okay, Quincy, how to remain humble? It's just being humble. There's nothing. Simplicity is you who can make it. It's you who can be humble. It's not anybody who has to teach you that you have to be, this is the way you should be humble. If you are not proud and you are not boastful, you will be humble. Because there is a saying in Africa that what an old man can see from far, even if a young man climbs a tree, you can never see that. Simply meaning that just humble yourself, be down to earth, don't show pride, don't be boastful. That's all that it is when they say you should be humble. Yeah, I think that's what it is. When it comes in a divination, that shows that probably your attitude towards others is a little bit bossy, and that's why my oracle will tell you in a divination that you should be humble. Yeah. Simplicity is a very simple thing. You don't need to buy it from the market. It is you and you alone who can make it happen. So just don't be proud. That is what it means to be humble. Thank you. And then we have Courage Christian. It says, please, what is the benefit of having Afa? The benefit of having Afa is that you will know your destiny path. You will have an idea about your destiny and what you have come into this world to do and what steps you should take to be able to achieve a very reliable and comfortable life in this phase of life. Yeah, that's what Afa gives you. That's a benefit. It's not like when you get Afa, it means you are a powerful person. It only teaches you how to be simple and humble. And Quincy, he said, what I'm saying, to be simple or to be humble is to not be proud. Okay? Thank you. Then, what do you call it? There's so many people that we need to write their items. I think Doc also, he called me even yesterday when we were coming home. And then there is people who came recently, Adam and his group. And I think there's one more person, Manahima. All those people, they are waiting for their items to be sent to them. Then they know what they are going to get. So please, you can be here and be doing, if you're going to type them, type it. If not, just write it in the book and take a snapshot of it and send to them. Because people are asking and then we are delaying them. Yeah. And then thank you very much. I think the screen is gone. Is it coming from Kofi's side?
Oh, I think it's from my laptop.
Okay, it has come back.
Okay. I've not switched it off in like 1 month, so today I switched it off.
You have not switched your laptop for 1 month continuously. Hey. And so because you switch it off now, it wants to update, upgrade, or whatever. Okay. Anyway, you are working all night, all day, so that's why. Okay, there's the question as they are not there anymore. Let me see.
Yes, they want me to verify. It's like they blocked the questions from showing.
Okay, as we said earlier, we are still having some challenges with TikTok, so we are working on it. I think it's coming back.
Yes, please.
So, yeah, that's what I've already said. To be humble means you should not be proud. Finish. And then we have Leona Nicole say, Papa, will the priest here in the US have easy access to live animals for rituals and sacrifices? I don't know yet. Depends on, I've not really lived in the US and I cannot tell. But even if they don't have that access, we can do it for whatever they needed to be done. If they forward it to us, we can do it here in back at the main shrine in Ghana. Yeah. But whatever they'll be doing there, they can do to help the situation. And then if the need be to do sacrifices, we'll do it here in Ghana. Because spirit has no limitation to time, space, or person. It can be anywhere at any time and work anywhere. Thank you very much. And then Quincy is saying, why is it that when you go to different spiritualists and get a definition, you receive different? You yourself, you already said it. Why? Because they are different people. And if you do a divination now with Afa, if you wait for 5 minutes and you do a new definition, it's a different thing that will come. So as long as they are different people, they are different divination. But then if you open your ears well, and the diviner is a good diviner, you will see the similarity of what was done in the first divination with the first person in the new divination that you are doing. Yes. And then I think Courage Christian T is say, okay, sir, thank you. And Queen C say, what is it that when you go, I think it's the same thing.
Yes.
Yeah, if you go to different diviners, you have different forms of divination. Because even if it is the same Afa, some Afa Bokors are using what we call Jisafa, and some are using Anago, and we have Amije, then we have Kwaliga, and other ones. So, if you go to different Bokors, it will be a different divination. But if you listen very carefully, if what the Bokor is telling and the Bokor's Gumaga and the spirits that he worked with his Afa are real, you see the similarity in what the first Bokor or any other Bokor had done to you before you were doing it with a new person. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. And then we have a Courage Christian again is how can I get it Afa and how the process like when you are ready to get Afa, go to our Afa Bokor They will tell you the process and the things that you need. Please. Once you are ready, they will tell you. Or you can choose to go and do inquiries. And then the Afa Bokor will tell you the things that you need. Thank you. Because each and every Bokor are different, and each shrine has their own way of doing their initiation, even though they are all similar. There are certain, because it is not the same voodoos that are in everybody's shrine. Like African Magic Temple, the voodoos that we have in our shrine, you will not find all of the same in other shrines. And so it is also the voodoos other shrines have. You will not find some of them at our shrine. We have our own voodoos that are not in any other shrine anywhere in the world apart from myself and my children. So if you want to become initiated into Fa, approach the people who are closer to you and then make a consultation to find out that you wanted to be initiated into Fa, and so what things do you need to bring. Thank you. There are some Afa that they will make for you. They will only use chicken, or they use duck. That kind of Afa too is there. There is the Afa that they will kill goat, kill ducks, and kill chickens. That one too is there. And it is everything that is used is going to be bought. The items are supposed to be brought by you. So if you are interested in getting Afa, approach any shrine that is closer to you and find out from the Bokor if they can help you to initiate you into Fa. Thank you very much. And then we have Big Sister Luna Nico say, Papa, do you have any update on the Voodoos in Germany you were a part of returning to Ghana? Yes, this August we are having meeting in Ghana. We'll be having meetings in Ghana from the 24th of this August. The people from Germany, from the museum, and from the universities are coming. And we will be also traveling to Togo. We'll be meeting at the University of Lomé, where some of my colleagues who are working on the design are from Togo. We'll be going there to have a meeting, a workshop, and also to find out from them if they are really willing to get their items returned to them. And then after that, we will come back to University of Ghana again to continue. So there is some update and things are moving, but then it's also depend on Ghana government. We as researchers and lecturers, as well as the professors who are on the team, are just going to be doing what can be done. But it has to be done. It has to be done. The government to government level has to be done by Ghana government in contacting German government to write a letter to let them release the goods, and the German government will come and also work. And so it's more diplomatic than what we are doing. We are just bringing out the facts and the demand that we want this, but it is going to be finally government to government before it will be released. And sometimes people in the locality from where these items were picked from are not willing for the items to be returned to the area. For one reason, most of them have become Christians. And Christianity has put fear into them that anything that belongs to them that is a traditional thing is evil. It will come and disturb them. So some of the leaders of these communities are not willing to receive these old spiritual icons and items into their community. So all these things are part of the discussions that we are doing. It is until all these things are done and we have a place where these things can be kept or stored, or whoever wants to get them. Those are the things that will determine how soon and how quick these items will be brought. But the process is still ongoing. Thank you very much for that beautiful question, Big Sister Luna Nicole. Thank you. And then we have I think Kunyuari sharing our live. Thank you. Kumaka Kunyuari. Sawadi. Stop these children from coming here. Who is bring the person to me here? Bring him. Come here. If I see you running here again, you will see. I'll send you to your grandfather, you will see. So we have a pretty, their grandfather just left. When he came and they said they should go into the car and go, they don't want to go. Okay, bring this in down. There are some questions up. I have to, after Kunyuari's, okay, come up, send it. Okay, then we have a pretty on purpose 7777 is following the host, and then Quincy is also there. Please keep moving it up. Yes. And then we have a Quincy saying continuation, different information, but some will remain the same. Exactly. That is because you see the Afar as it is, each Afar has its own story, but somewhere along the way, two Afar oracles are two different oracles, but may have the similar story of what is happening to the person. So sometimes you who is doing the consultation, you should listen very carefully and see the similarities in some of the differences that different Bokors are doing. And then Pretty on Purpose is saying blessings, and blessings to you too, Pretty on Purpose. And Pretty on Purpose is giving us some loves emojis there. We are very grateful. And then Pretty on Purpose was saying, hello, sir. Hello, Pretty on Purpose. Thank you for joining the live streaming. And then Quincy said, can you explain more about Afar and how it is different? That's what I said simply. Afar has different. I would not say, I don't know how to say, but Afar is one, but we have different houses. We have what we call Anago Fa, and then we have what we call Jisa Fa. They also have what they call Poliga, and they have what they call Amije Fa. But I don't belong to all the Afar groups or the different platforms of the Afar. I know about Jisa and I know about Anago because I was initiated into the two. I was first initiated into Jisa, and Jisa Fa is the one that the chain is thrown and the place you are holding comes to you. That is Jisa. And then Anago is the one that you throw, and you throw it with the head of the chain going outside from you. But whatever oracle has fallen is what they are going to talk about, whether you throw it coming towards you or you throw it going away from you. So these two I know because those are the ones that I have been initiated into. And of course, I don't have interest in getting initiated into others, because at the end of the day, a good afaboko is a good afaboko, depending on how you learn from different good teachers to put your stories together and present it to your clients. That's what I know. So they are different, but it depends on which one you want to be initiated into, and whoever your teacher is, that will depend what afa you are initiated into. When I was going to get afa, I went to get my afa in Togo, and the person who took me there took me to a Bokor that he knew, and fortunately that Bokor was a Jisa Bokor, an elderly man. He initiated me into afa some years back, and then after that, later in my search, I met other Bokors who also are Afa Bokors, but I like the way they do their reading and the way they explain their things. It became more convincing to me, so I got initiated into that, and that was Anago Fa. So when you are interested in getting Fa, go to whoever is closer to you and ask them if you can be initiated. It does not matter whether you are initiated into Jisa, or you are initiated into Anago, or initiated into Gogo, or initiated into Polyga, or to Amijefa. They are all called Fa. When you throw the Gumaga or the divination chain, whatever falls, that's what you talk about. So that's all that there is. Let's move up. No, Quincy is this is there. Oh, I think we are okay on this one. We have seen those ones already. And then Quincy said, explain more about Afa and how it varies from different shrines. I cannot explain more because I don't go to other shrines. I go to the places that I know. I don't go to many shrines to know how different Afa is. That's not my research. My research is to know what is good for me and what I can use to help my life and to help other people. So me going to be explaining how it's different from different shrines is not my point at all. Let's move up. I have big sister Luna because she or he's going to run in there again to see if you get their grandfather. Yeah, it's my grandchildren. And they came for holidays, and today their paternal grandfather visited me to see how I am doing, to see how my health is. And I asked them that they should follow him, and they don't want to go with him. Yeah, that's why they are running around, and I'm just scaring them that the grandfather will come and take them away. Because they don't want to go there. When they come to my place, they don't want to go there. Okay, and then Pretty on Purpose is sending us love emojis. We are grateful. And then Pretty on Purpose say, why I have so many enemies? I don't know. It's your life. You have to find out why you have so many enemies. Then Pretty on Purpose is say, Ashe, thank you. And then Pretty on Purpose is also as how much cost? Cost for what? Let's move up. It's finished. Okay. So let's go on to Africa Magic Temple on Facebook. Okay, so we have increase it a little bit. We have Dodu Abi. It's been a while, Dodu Abi. It's been a while. How are you? Hope you are fine. Thank you very much for joining today's session. So my question is that with the recent helicopter crash in the Republic, could there have been survived if they had Jopata? I don't know. I cannot tell because none of them has Jopata. So me having that speculation will be out of place. Because if they had Jopata and the accident had happened and they have escaped the accident, then we will say maybe because it was Jopata, that's why they escaped, somebody escaped. But since none of the people there had Jopata and the accident had happened, I cannot speculate and say that if they had had Jopata, they would have been, they would have survived or not. No. One thing with me is I don't fetch water from where I don't fetch water where it's not close to me. I fetch water around the stream that is close to me. When you put that kind of speculation, it is not something that anyone can tell until it happens. Those who had used Jopata to escape from accidents are there. They can prove that, okay, it had happened and I was lucky. There is also possibility that maybe if they had had Jopata, they wouldn't have even traveled on that aircraft. So there are so many things. So that thing doesn't really resonate with me. I don't like doing things to prove that I know better than anybody. It was a tragic accident, and we are all mourning, and we are all mourning them. And I personally, I was devastated because some of the people in there, I like them very much. Yeah, not because they are politicians, but I just happen to like some of the people. Yeah. Thank you very much. And then we have a which one again? We are going back to the questions or what?
Yes, please. You finished this one.
Okay, and then Dodo Abi say, how could they have survived? Perhaps through teleportation. I don't know. Let's go ahead. And then we have Bolaji Alice. Hello, Papa and AMT family. Hello, Bolaji. It's been a while. How are you? How is your family and how are you doing? I thank you for joining. Hope you are all well. Then Bolaji says, please, Papa, which kind of deity is Abraxas and what is their role in African magic temple? Okay, Abraxas is a universal entity. Abraxas is the Christ consciousness. When I say Christ consciousness, I'm not talking about Jesus of Nazareth. I'm talking about the Christus itself, that which enlightens a person to know without really knowing why and how they know. The force of enlightenment and wisdom, that is Abraxas. And Abraxas is coming from a Kabbalah base. Abraxas can be seen as the Christ consciousness, which permeates all entities and the universal consciousness. And sometimes Abraxas is looked upon in certain religious sectors, especially in Christianity, as the Holy Spirit or Jesus Christ, or more stronger as God himself. In Hinduism, we call it Chaitanya, consciousness. Chaitanya, consciousness. So this, when you see people say Krishna Chaitanya, which means Christ consciousness. So indirectly, Krishna is also a Christ in its own. Okay, yeah, that's a Chaitanya. See, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu here is saying that is a supreme God. Mahaprabhu means supreme God, Chaitanya. So it's the Christ. So, in Christianity, it's only Jesus we know. And that's what that Christianity is built on. But then in other religions, they also have a similar Christ conscious, Christ consciousness in them, but they don't talk about Jesus because Jesus is not the Christ. Christ is a status that people attain after working hard on their spirituality. And Abraxas is the one that opens that door for you to enter into that spiritual sphere. And it's the one that is the universal consciousness. In the time of Abraham in the Bible stories, there was a Christ. And that Christ was said to be without a father and without a mother. And any of you who has read the Bible before and have any idea, please type the name of that Christ during the time of Abraham. I'm not going to mention it. And if you people are Christians or have had anything with Christianity, try to get the name of the Christ that was during the time of Abraham. I'm not going to mention the name so that it will become easy for you. Make your homework. And you will find out that at the time of Abraham, there was a Christ. Long, long before Jesus of Nazareth was born. And then Dodo Abi said, "Thank you, Papa. You are awesome, amazing." Thank you very much, Dodo Abi. Thank you. Is that ReVodution Voodoo? Oh.
Yeah, yes, African Magic Temple.
Okay, this African Magic Temple, I think when we, okay, Zil said in Bokor, last week you spoke about how Ifa is older than Afa. Did I? I didn't. I never said that Ifa is older than Afa. I don't remember saying that Ifa is older than Afa. I have never remembered. I didn't say so, and I don't think there will be any time I will ever say that Ifa is older than Afa. Could you talk about that again? Does this mean that Ifa is older than Voodoo? No, I never said that Ifa is older than Afa. I have never said so. I don't remember saying so. What I always say is that Afa and Ifa are the same. The Yorubas call it Ifa, the Ewes call it Afa. But at one time, the Yorubas, the Ewes, had an association or had some time with the Yorubas. And that's when they learn about Ifa, which we call Afa. That doesn't imply that Afa is younger than Ifa. No. It is what you can't say if a class 1 student learn ABC today. So if the teacher learned ABC yesterday, you cannot say because a class 1 child learned ABC today, his or her lesson is the ABC is younger because it was learned by a younger person. No. It is not true. I never said that Afa is older than Afa. No, I haven't ever said so. I only said that the Yorubas call it Ifa and the Ewes call it Afa. Even though we will say the Ewes learned from the Yorubas, but that doesn't mean that Ifa is older than Afa. In our language, we call it Afa. The Yorubas call it Ifa. And Voodoo is spirit. And the Yoruba things bring it down, the question down. And then Voodoo is Ewe for what the Yoruba call Orisha. So there is no way you can say Ifa is older than Voodoo. Don't deceive yourself. I've never said so. Please. Voodoo had been with the Ewes from time unknown. So it is also Orisha had been with the Yorubas from time unknown. So there is nothing like one is older than the other. The Ewe tribe is totally a different ethnic group from the Yoruba tribe. So you cannot say that one tribe is older than the other. So it is not so. That's not that cannot be said that Ifa is older than Afa or Ifa is older than Voodoo. No. The Eves have been doing their own spirituality before coming in contact with the Yorubas. And the Yorubas have also been doing their spiritual things before they came in contact with the Eves. So you cannot say one's spiritual practices are older than the other. Okay, let's move on. And then also, is there any such thing as relying too much on divination to guide one's life choices? There is nothing like relying too much on divination, because divination, the word divination is to divine, to tell you the future, or to look into things and find out what is going on and what should be done about it. So there is never a time that you can say you rely too much on divination to make your choices. Because without divination, you can still make your choices. Whether those choices are good or not, that's your own problem. But if you want to make the right choices, to make things go in the right direction for you, or to know what you want to do, to find the correct path to do it so that you become successful in whatever you are doing, divination is a key. So there is no time that someone will say that you have relied too much on divination to make life choices. I will always would divine if I don't understand something, so that I can understand what is behind the scene that my normal physical senses cannot detect. And this is where divination comes in. But then it is not a force that someone can choose that, oh, I don't want to do divination, I can take my own decision. It is up to you. That's why it's called choice. And if whatever the decision you took works for you, fine. If it doesn't work for you, that also is fine. You will take another decision. Only that if it is not too late. Yeah, but divination can never be said that it is people rely too much on divination. From time immemorial, everybody rely on divination from all time. Even people who are Christians, even today, when they go to their pastors and prophets, they want to know what is happening in their life and whatever. The only thing is that they are not using our traditional method openly. I stress that the pastors are not using our traditional methods openly. They will rather hide it under the cover of the Bible to say it is the Holy Spirit who told them. However, in our traditional way, we call a spade, divination. But if a prophet prophesies and tell you that certain things are going to happen, so you should guard yourself, it's the same thing called divination. But Christianity call it prophecy. Whichever way it is divination. Somebody is just telling you what they have seen or what is about to happen and how you should live your life. So it is divination, and people cannot say people rely too much on divination to make choices. You can choose to make choice without divination, but whatever it is your choice. That's why it's called choice. Thank you very much, Sister Zeal. We are grateful. And then Jitopo also, he said Melchizedek in the time of Abraham. Exactly. So during the time of Abraham, when Jesus Christ was not born, there was a Christ, and that Christ was called Melchizedek. Americans are calling it Melchizedek. I don't know why they call it Melchizedek, but we in Africa, we learn it that Melchizedek. That's how the spelling is, but the Americans say Melchizedek. It's the same. So if you go to the later day saints church, later day saints of Jesus Christ, is that not what they call it?
Yes, please.
Latter-day Saints of Jesus Christ. Yeah, Latter-day Saints. They call it Melchizedek. Means they are talking more of the Melchizedek or Melchizedek in the Abraham time than Jesus of Nazareth. That's why they are saying that they are the latter-day saints of Jesus. So at the time of Abraham, there was a Christ. Thank you, Jitokbo Hosu. I'm very happy. And then Jitokbo Hosu went on to say, Afa evevio ifa nago Yoruba. Ifa fa for people of Republic of Benin. Afa Igbo of Nigeria. Exactly. I'm very happy. That's true. The Eves call it Afa. The Anago people call it Ifa. And the four people of Benin, Republic of Benin, Dahomey, they call it Fa. And then the Igbo and the Eastern people of Nigeria also call it Afa. Thank you very much for that. I'm very grateful, Bahosu. Thanks a lot. Oh, why they keep denying the access?
I think it's TikTok. I think they want me to log in. Oh.
Yes.
Peter.
Oh, Raphael. Okay, we have a. Oh, I have read that one already. I read that one. Then we have Ifa Kayode Oguntona. Ifa Kayode Oguntona saying Aboru Aboye Awo. Thank you very much, Ifa Kayode Oguntona. He said, Babalawo Iya Nifa Akpetebi Baba Ni Iya Olóríṣà ẹ káàsán o ṣé àlàáfíà ni àti gbogbo iná. I say Yoruba. It's just greeting me whether we are strong. Yes, àlàáfíà. Thank you very much. And then we have Mr. Bless. He said, good evening, sir. Good evening. Mr. Bless, how are you? Thank you for joining the live stream. Then we have great healer Lily. Was Melchizedek the Christ presence that time in Abraham time? Yes, it's Melchizedek. So Abraxas is that Christ consciousness that pervades and permeates all living entities, and it's a universal energy. It's not limited to any particular ethnic group or any religious group. And it's some people even say that he is the real God. Some people say he is the Christ who has come to materialize. People call him the Holy Spirit. It depends on what you call him. We call him Abrasas as its name is, and if we can work through it to help people, work with it to help ourselves and help others, that's all that we want. We don't care. It doesn't matter whatever people say about it. But if it is working for you and working positively for development and for progress, so be it. And then Great Healer Lily said, thank you for that. You are welcome, Great Healer Lily. Okay, we have on TikTok, right?
Yes,
We have Mike Bright 475. What it takes to get initiated? It doesn't take anything to get initiated than whatever the person who is going to initiate you demands from you. That's all that it takes. And each person, each babalawo, each boko, toboko who wants to initiate you has their own charges per their shrine. It is not a flat rate for everywhere, because there are certain there are certain shrines that know so much and put so much in teaching you or initiating you into Afa. And when you take initiation from such shrines, you learn more about Fa. And then there are also some shrines, they just initiate you into Fa and that's it. But if maybe they follow up and all that is not there, but then if you are also not asking questions of whatever it is difficult for your teacher to know what you want. So the prices of initiation varies from a babalawo or a bokor, from one bokor to the other bokor. Depends on what it is. I have seen so many different initiations, but there are some that I have seen that are very, really serious, and you can feel that there's something happening and changes happening in your life. And then we have a Quincy says, is there any explanation about some dreams come true and others are just dreams? I am not very sure whether there's any explanation, but dreams are dreams. They are just dreams. But some dreams are more realistic than others. Some dreams will come when you eat too much before going to bed. And these are more of, what do you call them? Nightmares, where you get scared and things are chasing you. Sometimes it's also maybe you drink too much or you eat too much at late before going to bed and such time. But then there are sometimes also you have not eaten too much or you haven't done anything, whatever, and you go to bed and you have a dream, and the dream is so deep and sometimes so real you will not know whether it was a dream or it is a reality. So that also is there. It is only left to the people who can understand dreams for them to explain, or you go to a spiritualist to do a consultation if the dream is more than you can understand, and maybe they can break it down for you and tell you the reason why that is so. Yeah. So there are dreams, and the mind, the human mind is what brings dreams. The subconscious mind, the conscious mind, and the unconscious mind are the ones that play games during this time. Some dreams are telling you about the future. Some dreams will be about the past. But when you dream, your conscious mind sleeps during a dream stage or sleep stage. Your conscious mind sleeps. And then I think we have these waves, they're calling the theta, alpha, gamma waves, and all this in dream states. And sometimes a dream is where you are dreaming, but your eyes are still blinking. The psychologists have a meaning for all these things. So when your subconscious mind is active during your dream state, and at your waking time, the conscious mind is able to grasp the time that the subconscious mind is going off and the conscious mind is awakened, then you are able to remember your dreams. But if the subconscious mind is not able to, the unconscious mind is not able to grasp what the subconscious mind was playing, like in a video player, you could not capture it before you wake up. That's why you will have a dream, but you will forget because your conscious mind wasn't able to grasp what the subconscious mind was displaying. So there are so many forms of dream, and so many things contribute to why we dream and why we can remember and why we cannot remember others. And some dreams, as you said, are very true and they materialize, and some are just dreams. Thank you very much, Quincy. And we move on. And then we have Luna Nicole said, I never took into consideration that some converted Africans will not want the voodoo return. Oh, voodoo is a scary thing. A lot of people are scared. A lot of people, especially Africans, they are scared of voodoo. So they will not, some people will not want it because they did some research from the areas where these voodoos were picked from. And what we have heard and read is that, oh, if these voodoos come back to the community again, they'll be disturbing us. You see, and these are only people who believe that they have a very powerful God called Jehovah, yet still they are afraid of small voodoo coming back to the community, that it will disturb them. If your God is really powerful, why are you afraid of things that you thought that they are not God? So that's the hypocrisy of Christianity. So our people, a lot of them are scared of voodoo because they know voodoo is real. It is not a dream, and it is not something that you just talk about in a very light form. It can materialize and materialize and make things happen. So that's why the so-called godly people are scared of it. I don't know, but we have the researches that were brought. So some people do not want it. Even I think in Ghana, people are in general, even to the government level, people are still scared. Yeah, but in the truth of life is that when you are very straightforward and very clean, you don't fear anything. But when you have cobwebs in your cupboard and you don't want people to see it, that's when you have fear. Thank you very much, Big Sister Luna Nicole, for that question. Yes, and then we have Big Sister Luna Nicole say it's disappointing, really. It is. It is, but whether they like it to come back or not to come back, once the government is able to help us to get connected to the German government and they start moving. Actually, this project we are doing all is actually being sponsored by the German government. The truth about it is that they also want to release some of the voodoos back to their domain where they came from. So the German government is actually the one sponsoring us through other agencies. But it's up to our governments also to talk to them, and then they will know how to repatriate whatever needed to be repatriated. Yeah. But our own people are the ones who are scared. It is very, it's ironical when you have a what do you call it, a cowrie. See, this is a cowrie, small cowrie like this. Can the camera see it? I think it can see. Can you see? You can see?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yes.
This cowrie, should I go and drop it in front of a church? I tell you, nobody will pass that door again that day to go inside the chapel because they are scared that this thing will have power to destabilize them from the mighty God that they sing about every day. But go and drop a Bible or a rosary in front of a shrine. The person in that shrine will either pick it and go and make it a voodoo. You take it and go and make a voodoo out of it than being afraid of it. But the people who have the biggest God and they shout it on top of the mountains and everywhere, they are even afraid of a simple thing like a cowrie shell. That's the hypocrisy that we live with every day in our so-called godly society. Yeah, so it's very interesting that we see such kind of scenarios playing out every day in our life. We are totally disconnected from reality. We live in a dream world that is not real, but we choose to call it reality, and we celebrate it. And when reality comes, we run away and start to call it evil. But for me, I have chosen where I want to belong to, and I am happy that I am on the side of truth than the side of hypocrisy. Thank you very much, Big Sister Luna Nicole. And Luna Nicole went on to say, to see how disconnected so many people of us are. Yeah, they are. It is their desire to be disconnected. The truth is that the people who are hypocrites do not want to connect to reality because they are scared that it will expose them. So they don't want to be connected to reality. But that is their own take. We cannot force anyone to like reality. If you don't like reality, nobody is forcing you. Be where you are and let me be where I am. Don't come to my place and try to convert or force me to be what you are. Because for us, some of us, we look at religion as hypocrisy. And we have been there before choosing where we are now. But a lot of time, people do not want to accept the fact that you don't want hypocrisy. They want to force you into hypocrisy. And that's what they call godliness. Hypocrisy is what is regarded as godliness in this part of our world. And if you are telling the truth, then you are the wrong person. So let them remain where they are, and let us also remain where we choose to be. Thank you very much, Big Sister Luna Nicole. And then we have Great Healer Lily. Let me see the whole, is it Lillian or
Lily 888.
Okay, Lily, okay. Great Healer Lily say, love this really. I love this really. I was the one in my family who come to awakening, was told I'm shaman, no one is. Yeah, of course, if your reality becomes real for you, you will not choose hypocrisy. You will choose the truth. And in my family, I was told my grandmom she gave me a name that she was waiting for me. Okay, that's interesting. No one could teach me a lot of this knowledge. Okay, we are here. There are so many teachers out there. If you seek them, you will find them. There are real good teachers out there. Thank you very much for this information. And then Brother Mansleeper said, please, how do one active his or her calling? I don't know what your calling is, so I cannot tell you what you mean by someone active his calling or her calling. If you have a calling, it's you who will know what calling it is, and you are the only one who will know what you call calling. I have seen so many Christians say that they have a calling, but in reality, it is hunger that was calling them. It is not any God who was calling them. It is hunger. When they are hungry and they don't have a job, they can carry the Bible and to start telling people that God told them to tell them. I don't know what God told them themselves to do for themselves before they go on the street and telling people, I have been called. So if you have a call, it's you who will know. No one is supposed to tell you that you have a call. You will know where to find, and you will know where to find the truth, and you also will continue looking to find where the truth is. So a calling is something that no other person can tell you that it is a call. It's you and you alone who knows what you were called for. Let's move up. Let's move up. And then we have Sami. There's a Sami somewhere. Yeah. Sami say, good evening, sir. Please, is it good to go for consultation from any spiritualist? Your question is not very clear. If you don't go to a spiritualist for consultation, how will you know what you want to consult about? It is spiritualists who do consultation. So your question, whether it is good to go for consultation, doesn't work. If you have a problem, if you are sick, don't you go to a hospital to consult the doctor? to find solution to your problem. The doctor will send you to a lab to do diagnosis in order to know whatever is going wrong with you. So it is when you are having a spiritual sickness or spiritual desire or quest, you can only go to spiritualists to do consultation for you. Thank you. Yeah, let's go on. The brother man says, please, how do you want active or calling? I said, brother, I don't know what calling you are talking about. What were you called for? What were you called for that you need to active it or this? What were you called for? Who called you? Then we have Mackenzie. Mackenzie said, I greet you. Hello, Mackenzie. How are you? Thank you very much for joining. Hope you and your loved ones are fine. Please, let's move on. Okay, let's go to Luna Nicole. Say, at Brenda, man sleeper, stop spamming his life or it can get shut down. Give Papa a chance to respond. I have already responded to the person more than 3 times already. I don't know what they are looking for. Then Mackenzie, how can I get your contact? Our contact is in our profile. So when you check it, you will find it. I said, I need to see you urgently before I travel back to London in 2 weeks. Our contact is in our profile, and they are typing it here again. You can contact African Magic Temple, and they will attend to you, book an appointment for you, and you can have a consultation before you go back. Then brother man sleepers at Luna Nico. Okay, thanks. Thank you too. Thank you. And then Quincy says, is there any rituals you can do to? It's not, the question is not finished. Go back, bring it down.
Yes.
No, bring it up. Let's answer question. No, go send it up.
Yes.
Before we come to brother. Okay, brother will say man sleepers. Brother man sleeps. I did consultation. I was told I have a calling from my ancestors that I have to activate. So the person who told you that you have a calling from your ancestors, let the person help you activate it. As long as they can see it, then they should be able to tell you what to do. Thank you very much. And then Quincy is asking, is there any ritual you can do to find out what your true destiny without being initiated in Afa? I don't know any rituals, but maybe there may be some other rituals that you can find your destiny. You can check from the internet. Is very big. Social media is so big. You may find someone who can tell you that there are other rituals to do apart from initiation into Afa. I don't have any at the moment. I don't know. Okay, let's move on. And then we have Miss Fashion Home. Say, hi, good evening. Say, people always hate me for no reason. And what could be the problem? I'm not very sure what could be the problem why people hate you. It may be from your own attitude, or it may be from envy or jealousy. If your own attitude is not the case, then it may be from the way you relate to people, maybe the way you talk to people, the way you look at other people. That could be something that can make people to hate you. If those are not the case, then it may be people are envious or jealous of you. Those could be the only way people will hate you. Let's move up. Okay, then Mackenzie said, thank you, Tagbe. Thank you to Mackenzie. And then Miss Fashion Home says, I always find myself sensing things before it happened. Does it mean I have something in me? Everybody has something in them. Every human being have their inner self. It's the one that lives within us. And all of us have it. In some people, it is more active than in others. However, all human beings have inner selves. And these inner selves are the ones that detect or tell you about your instincts. And instincts, when properly natured, you can get intuition to be able to know before it happens. So everybody has it, and maybe yours is a little bit developed. That's why you may know things or you sense things before they happen. Thank you very much, Miss Fashion Home. I think we are done with that.
Yes, please.
Okay. Okay, Zeal, I say, is anago the same as nago? Yes, I believe so. The word anago is the name that the Ewe people call the Yoruba. The Ewes call the Yorubas anago. And if it is in like in they say nagofa or anagofa, so nago can be the same as anago depending on the context in which it's used. But the word anago is an Ewe word for Yoruba people. We don't call the Yorubas Yoruba. They call themselves Yoruba, but we the Ewes we call the anago. We call the Yorubas anago. Just like how the four people, the four is an ethnic group in Benin, very close to the Eves. But the Eves do not call them Fon people. We call them Aplahwe. The Ewe people do not call the Fon people, say Fon people. We call them the Aplahwe people. So the Eves have their names that they call the Anago, the Yorubas, which is Anago. And we call the Fon people Yoruba. But in what do you call it? Official way of calling the Anago people is the Yoruba. The unofficial way is the Eves called Anago. And then the official way of calling the Akplahwe people in Benin is Fon. But the unofficial way that the Eves call them, from time immemorial, before all these things have been written, they were always called Akplahwe people when they are in Eveland. And they also have a name for the Ewe people. They don't call the Ewe people Ewe. They call them a gang people. Gang. That's how they call the Eves. So we have official names and unofficial names. So either Anago or Nago is the same. I don't know, but I know Anago is the way the Eves call the Yorubas. And then Zil went, and are there pockets spread across different places speaking the same or different languages? The information is confusion online. It depends on who is writing the information. If the person who is writing the information is coming from an Ewe background, then he or she may be telling you the right thing. And but if somebody is as a third party who has not actually experienced these people or had not been part of these people is writing, of course it will confuse you. Whatever you want to write about in life, try to experience it yourself. And when you experience it yourself, when you write the correct information. But if you are only depending on hearsay or on books or on social media or learning from other people without having your own personal experience, of course, you are only going to write about what you experience or what you know. So whoever is writing about Nago and Nago that is bringing confusion, I don't know who, but we, the Ewe people, I am an Ewe person, we call the Yorubas Anago people. That's why even the Fa that we call Anagofa, if you listen to some of the incantation in the songs, you hear Yoruba words in the songs. Thank you very much, Zil Harris. And then we have a less how. Say, do I call you on
WhatsApp.
do I call you on WhatsApp or through one of your pages. If you want to contact us, you can contact us through WhatsApp, because it is not always that we are on our pages in the social media. But if you call on, you send a message on any of our pages, when we open it and we see it, we will contact you. Yes, that's all. Okay, we have Alison Carey Ransom. Alison, okay, is the one we did the work recently. And Nuledo Christopher Voncujovi, I'm grateful to listen. I pray you and family and community are well. Thank you for all your work. Thank you very much, Alison. We are very grateful. We are so thankful that you work with us. Please let us know how things are going on in your life. Keep us updated so that if there's anything else we can do, we will continue doing to make it successful, make your work successful. Grateful. Thank you very much. We have gone through that already. Then we have Jordan Bill London. Jordan Bill London became the number 2 fan in the fan club. Okay, where is that one coming from?
TikTok.
TikTok is saying so.
Yes.
So how come we have never heard about Jordan Bill London before he became number 2 fan in the fan club? I have not seen him before.
I think it's a new update we are making.
Okay. Thank you very much, Jordan Bill London. Thank you very much. Oh, we have read that one already.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, Jordan Bill London say, welcome. Thanks for having me. Thank you too. Thank you for joining the live stream. We are grateful. Very grateful. Okay, so we will be having only about 2 or 3 minutes more to go, and then we can call today a day, and we will meet you again next week, God willing. Thank you all very much for being part of today's section. I am very grateful, and please continue sending your questions, and we will do. We will also try as much as possible to answer the questions that we can answer. If the question is not something that we can answer, we will tell you that we don't know about it. That's the way I work. I don't talk about things that I don't know anything about. I only talk about things that I personally have had my experience, and I can explain and tell you what it is. That's why I am advising that when you listen to people and you yourself, you don't have the experience and you only want to write from what you heard from people, you will not be giving all the total answers. And then you definitely will confuse other people who are equally seeking the truth. So if you want to learn anything, please have first-hand experience. And then when you write about your experience, you can defend it because you had been there and you had participated, then you know. So when people ask you a question, you can defend it. But if you are just only hearing, writing from a hearsay, it is very difficult to defend what you have written or what you wrote. And then Big Sister Luna Nukes, thank you for your time and teachings, Papa. I look forward to learning with you all next week. Thank you very much, Big Sister Luna Nicole. God bless you. Have a very blessed week as well. I pray that your health increases and improves very fast. Thank you very much. Okay, check the other platforms and let's see. Okay, I think we are done.
Yes, please.
Okay, thank you all very much for being with us. Until this time, I'm going to pour libation, and I wish you all a very successful week. I wish you all the blessings of the spirits, the voodoos, and all that comes with them. I'm grateful. Oh, Maduago, Maduago, Maduago. Tagwe mama opete Maduago. Didi fen poto Maduago. Kelemanu poto Maduago. Viviti manu poto Maduago. Enya tepe. Egbeto gaba wunu. Mela belegbedo ra mesia meta la mesese agbedidi ngogbe yi. Asineji asiji. Dagbeneva. La mesese me dagbeneva. Khekhe me bejiji me dagbeneva. Ajivi akotane, adesno akotane, awodo akotane. Achasi akotane. Khekhe me nefa ne mi apete minolo. Me yotogbe mama obete dakbe. Yo sheme hamfura shope semi fura shopete me dakbe. Me yo abraxas me dakbe. Aka injo pata. Mi apete afana gonu. Ahanamilo. Abochi ahanamisia. Gong. Egbebe agbedo. Mi awele doji do. Me nyawa na olo. Gong. Okay, thank you, and thank you all very much for this. We'll see you again, hopefully, next week. Bye-bye for now. I'm grateful.
Did you know there's a Voodoo shrine in the heart of Accra? This is African Magic Temple, a Voodoo shrine led by Bokor Christopher Voncujovi, a renowned Voodoo and Afa priest who also happens to be an OG international magician from Hohwe, Ghana. He has performed across Asia and Africa, entertaining and inspiring tens of thousands with the joy and wonders of magic. In 2007, along with his family, he dazzled an audience filled with African presidents and world leaders during the African Union Summit in Accra. Now back to African Magic Temple. For over 30 years, AMT has safeguarded and educated the world about authentic West African spiritual traditions rooted in Ewe Vodu and Afa. Through thousands of hours of online content, AMT has made Voodoo knowledge and practice more accessible while redefining the global narrative around the practice. We provide spiritual consultations, ancestral feeding rituals to honor your ancestors and empower yourself, as well as a range of various initiations. Every year, AMT welcomes and supports practitioners and knowledge seekers from all walks of life on their journey to connecting and learning more about indigenous African spiritual practices, heritage, and philosophy. Through interactive and experiential shrine tours, AMT has hosted visitors from across the world, including groups from NYU's Public Health Masters Program and Birthright Africa, a diaspora organization based in the US. We are even working with the University of Bremen in Germany to repatriate stolen Voodoo from the colonial period.
Gegenstände seien für die Missionare unchristlich.
And yes, we did speak with the Voodoo through an Afa divination, and they are very much alive.
Auszustellen.
African Magic Temple isn't just a shrine. It's a living bridge between past, present, and future, and is undoubtedly a powerful pillar for cultural tourism in Ghana. Did you know there's a Voodoo shrine in the heart of Accra? This is African Magic Temple, a Voodoo shrine led by Bokor Christopher Voncujovi, a renowned Voodoo and Afa priest who also happens to be an OG international magician from Hohwe, Ghana. He has performed across Asia and Africa, entertaining and inspiring tens of thousands with the joy and wonders of magic. In 2007, along with his family, he dazzled an audience filled with African presidents and world leaders during the African Union Summit in Accra. Now back to African Magic Temple. For over 30 years, AMT has safeguarded and educated the world about authentic West African spiritual traditions rooted in Ewe Vodu and Afa. Through thousands of hours of online content, AMT has made Voodoo knowledge and practice more accessible while redefining the global narrative around the practice. We provide spiritual consultations, ancestral feeding rituals to honor your ancestors and empower yourself, as well as a range of various initiations. Every year, AMT welcomes and supports practitioners and knowledge seekers from all walks of life on their journey to connecting and learning more about indigenous African spiritual practices, heritage, and philosophy. Through interactive and experiential shrine tours, AMT has hosted visitors from across the world, including groups from NYU's Public Health Masters Program and Birthright Africa, a diaspora organization based in the US. We are even working with the University of Bremen in Germany to repatriate stolen Voodoo from the colonial period.
Gegenstände seien für die Missionare unchristlich.
And yes, we did speak with the Voodoo through an Afa divination, and they are very much alive.
Auszustellen.
African Magic Temple isn't just a shrine. It's a living bridge between past, present, and future, and is undoubtedly a powerful pillar for cultural tourism in Ghana. Did you know there's a Voodoo shrine in the heart of Accra? This is African Magic Temple, a Voodoo shrine led by Bokor Christopher Voncujovi, a renowned Voodoo and Afa priest who also happens to be an OG international magician from Hohwe, Ghana. He has performed across Asia and Africa, entertaining and inspiring tens of thousands with the joy and wonders of magic. In 2007, along with his family, he dazzled an audience filled with African presidents and world leaders during the African Union Summit in Accra. Now back to African Magic Temple. For over 30 years, AMT has safeguarded and educated the world about authentic West African spiritual traditions rooted in Ewe Vodu and Afa. Through thousands of hours of online content, AMT has made Voodoo knowledge and practice more accessible while redefining the global narrative around the practice. We provide spiritual consultations, ancestral feeding rituals to honor your ancestors and empower yourself, as well as a range of various initiations. Every year, AMT welcomes and supports practitioners and knowledge seekers from all walks of life on their journey to connecting and learning more about indigenous African spiritual practices, heritage, and philosophy. Through interactive and experiential shrine tours, AMT has hosted visitors from across the world, including groups from NYU's Public Health Masters Program and Birthright Africa, a diaspora organization based in the US. We are even working with the University of Bremen in Germany to repatriate stolen Voodoo from the colonial period.
Gegenstände seien für die Missionare unchristlich.
And yes, we did speak with the Voodoo through an Afa divination, and they are very much alive.
Auszustellen.
African Magic Temple isn't just a shrine. It's a living bridge between past, present, and future, and is undoubtedly a powerful pillar for cultural tourism in Ghana.